Happy and blessed day, dear friends. Saturday, August 16, 2025. The verse that struck me today is the entire brief Gospel of Matthew 19, 13, 15. At the time, children were brought to Jesus, that he might lay his hands on them and pray. But the disciples rebuked them. But Jesus said, "Let the children come to me, and do not hinder them, for to such belongs the kingdom of heaven." And after laying his hand on them, he went away from there. I repeat, and after laying his hand on them, he went away from there. Nothing else to add, to understand, to worry about how to imitate Christ and do God's will, therefore is, to such as this, that his children become small and simple, for the kingdom of heaven belongs. You must always distance yourself from everything external, even every thought or emotion that overwhelms your heart, retraining into silence to listen to the authentic voice of yourself and God. Even when you're not fully aware of it, it's an essential mode everyone experiences in their lives. Just as we need fast to cleanse ourselves on external excesses, so fasting from worldly things accompanied by a silent desert opens our eyes to what's missing in our lives. It allows us to rediscover the beauty of the important things, of those innate values that belong to us and that restore our soul the fullness of who we are and how to approach God. Just as a fireplace needs fire to heat water to quench our thirst, and the switch to turn on a light, so faith in God is in our lives. Otherwise, if it were missing, it would lose its identifier. A faith that reveals its identifier, its true function, its usefulness, when it is nourished by remaining in open and constant dialogue with the Lord, and therefore in the simplicity of silent prayer, free from external distraction. In the life of every human being, to be a Christian, to keep their identity alive, showing who they truly are without appearing otherwise, requires total faith in God, becoming a light for others. That light grows because it is made of the substance of Christ's love. Summarizing in God's will, it shows the one thing He asks of us for an exceptional reason: to give ourselves totally to Him in order to find joy, happiness, and eternal life. I ask myself, and I ask you, isn't that enough? Isn't that enough? What more could we want? Christ teaches us that there can be no other way, precisely because those who live in two worlds, hiding their faith but allowing themselves to be carried away by external things, fail to identify with their faith, fail to be a light to others, fail to embody God's will, and therefore fail to be themselves. They thus risk feeling incomplete, halfway between who they truly are and what they can be and become. It's like tending a garden, but due to lack of time, neglecting it, and the grass grows thick, obscuring the flowering plants that were planted to bring out all their beauty. Indeed, the essential principle of keeping alive the one true beauty within each of us is knowing how to tend our own interior garden, which originates from the charity of God's love, which illuminates it with all its splendor. Because the true beauty of God's love is undeniably dazzling, and this is been at a glance in the people, in nature, and in the things we care for, exactly as God commands. Time doesn't exist. You are time. So live every day as if your time were over. There's no more time, and it's urgent to love. Don't wait until you know how to love and focus your gaze on Christ. Love today, right now, as you listen to this podcast, because love remains eternal only by keeping your faith in God alive. If you feel deep in your heart the desire to share what the word of the Lord inspired you today, write it down with confidence. And if you have a question you need answered, you just ask me. Together, with the Lord's help, we will find a way to understand. God bless you greatly. See you soon.